Welcome back to Spooge MMA, and in today's video, we're going to be recapping UFC Fight Night Tuivasa versus Tybura. If you didn't know, in the main event, Marcin Tybura defeated Tai Tuivasa via TKO, and we're going to get to the recapping for the main event, but first we're going to start the recapping off with the very first fight on the card, Charlie Lamposa versus Chad and Helagier. And this bout was a scrap. You saw early on in the first start of the bout, Chad, he did have his guard pretty high. He was watching the left hook from Grigorou, so nice job from Chad on that. And Chad starts the action off, landing a nice calf kick. Grigorou responds it by landing a couple right hands. Then Grigorou throws a spinning back fist that misses Chad completely. Chad uses that as opportunity to change levels. He changes levels to clinch. Grigorou fighting the hands, switches positions, eventually gets a takedown, and he ends round one on top mount. He gets round one, in my opinion. He landed some solid shots early on. Then when he missed the back fist, he didn't get taken down. He stayed in clinch, reversed positions, and got a takedown. Ended round one on top. So in my opinion, I gave the first round to Grigorou. Then round two starts. Grigorou lands a right hand, bum rushes in for a takedown. Chad, eventually gets up, gets in clinch with his back against the cage. Lands some nice, decent elbows in clinch. Then Grigorou fights for a second takedown, but Chad, gets up in clinch, back against the cage again. Then eventually, ref breaks up the action. Not much action going on. So Grigorou, he starts to range away, kind of back up, and he just gives us an awful visual. Him, breathing heavily, him limping on his leg. Chad was really beating the leg of Grigorou, starting to limp, starting to show his wear and tear, starting to show. Then Chad uses that, lands a leg kick, calf kick, sits Grigorou down. Grigorou tries to shoot for a takedown, but ends up in clinch. They end round two in clinch. And dude, that second round was a bad sight for Grigorou, bro. He looks real tired. His leg is real beat up. He did get two takedowns, but he didn't do any damage. I believe I saw a stat where he only landed like one significant strike in that second round. But Chad, Chad in clinch, he was doing the damage, bro. He was landing elbows in clinch, landing the calf kicks, sat down Grigorou with one of his calf kicks. So I gave him the second round, Chad, he gets the second round by doing more damage. And now we're going into round three. It's 1-1. Chad opens round three with a calf kick, starts landing some nice body shots as well. Chad unleashes a 4-punch combination that lands on Grigorou. They eventually take an eye poke break, but they suddenly continue. Chad lands a nice left hook. Chad lands a head kick off Grigorou's guard. Then Chad catches Grigorou off balance with a right hand. And basically the last moments of the third round, Grigorou basically just outpunished by Chad, bro. Chad and his volume was really fucking nasty, bro. Destroying the calf, destroying the leg. And basically the last moments of the third, like I was saying, he basically just came to his own, started fighting his own fight, started smiling near the end when he was landing his punches, and basically just feeling himself in that third round. End up winning via decision. And nice win by Chad and Helagier, bro. This is what he needed to do, bro. He needed to play spoiler. He's a veteran. You have Grigorou making his UFC debut. You're supposed to spoil it, and that's what Chad did, bro. Nice fucking job by Chad. It's a nice decision win. Grigorou, I remember Dominic Cruz was talking about this after the fight. If Grigorou kind of spread it out his takedown shots throughout the 3 rounds rather than the first 2 rounds, just try to bum rush in for takedowns, maybe he would have had more of a tank for the rest of the second round and the third round. But he wasted all his energy in the first 2 rounds, which he was gassed in the third. But it was a nice win by Chad and Helagier, bro. He was fighting for 3 rounds for 15 minutes, and it completely showed. Came to his own in that third round. And yeah, it was a nice win by Chad. Nice fucking dub. Next bout, Thiago Moises versus Mitch Ramirez. And this was a great performance by Thiago Moises. Early on in the first, they both start trading some calf kicks early on. Moises times a low kick with a nice single leg to get a takedown. Just like I predicted in my video, Moises transitions to almost get an arm triangle, but Mitch does a nice job to fight it off. Moises still all over Mitch. Moises, starts landing some elbows from top mount. Moises then jumps for a rear naked choke. Almost gets it, but Mitch does a nice job fighting the hands. Moises gets round one, ended round one on the back. The whole first round, he basically was controlling Mitch Ramirez, so that's an easy round to score. Then the second round, Mitch starts to go forward, lands a nice loopy right hand, then adds a left, clenches up. Moises breaks, lands a calf kick. Moises' front kick grazes Mitch's nose. Moises gets a double leg takedown. Mitch quickly gets up and clinch. Moises controlling the clinch until they break. Moises lands a nice calf kick. Mitch lands a left right of his own, pressures up, clinches again. Moises clinches, has clinch control, has Mitch's back against the cage. Moises breaks. Moises lands a left hook on the break that stuns Mitch. Moises lands another calf kick, destroying Mitch's lead leg. Moises adds a jab to it. Mitch is coming forward, but his left leg is fucked, bro. Moises lands a calf kick, and he favors it majorly. And Moises in that second round, unloading on the feet and getting clinch control time. Plus, he got a double leg takedown early in round 2. So I gave Moises the second round. And then we go to the third round. The first leg kick that Moises lands, this fucking drops Mitch Ramirez. Moises jumps on for ground and pound. Ref has seen enough. And Moises gets a nice leg kick TKO win over Mitch Ramirez. Nice job by Moises. And I know, some people were kind of, this is a short notice bout for Mitch Ramirez because Moises, he does have a good pedigree in the UFC because he fought the likelings of Beneil Dariush, Damir Ismagulov, Islam Makhachev, Joel Alvarez, Benoit Saint Denis, and, Thiago Moises fighting a newcomer in Mitch Ramirez who's just making his UFC debut. So the pedigree is kind of, off balance and shit. But still, it was a short notice. Nice win by Thiago Moises, Wins in the UFC, wins in MMA don't come lightly, so you got to take any win that's given to you. Plus, Moises got called for a nice call out. He called out for Dan Hooker. That will be a banger of a fight. I don't know about a main event, probably like a first fight on like a main card or a feature prelim of a pay-per-view. That would be bonkers. But yeah, Thiago Moises, nice fucking performance over a Mitch Ramirez, and good call out too of Dan Hooker. Nice fucking job by Thiago Moises. Next bout, Jacqueline Amorim versus Corey McKenna, and Jacqueline gets a nice first round submission over Corey McKenna via armbar. Corey McKenna starts the first round off getting a takedown and quickly gets on top. Then Jacqueline locks up a triangle and then transitions to an armbar, and it looks real deep. It looks so deep that Mike Beltran actually thought that Corey McKenna tapped, and for a second he actually almost intervened, but the last second he kind of backed off. But still, Jacqueline still end up getting the armbar. Corey McKenna end up tapping still. And nice win by Jacqueline Amorim. Nice submission, nice armbar. And Corey McKenna, what was that submission defense? First, you get triangled, and you would think, you kind of like, for a fighter, you kind of, all right, let me get out the triangle first. But no, she goes even deeper and gives up the armbar and ends up tapping. And Corey McKenna, what was that submission defense? But nice job by Jacqueline Amorim to get the first round armbar, and nice job by Jacqueline for not letting that weird ref interaction, disrupt her finish. So nice job by Jacqueline on that. Nice job getting that first round submission over Corey McKenna. Nice job, Jacqueline Amorim. Nice job, skank. Next bout, Josh Culibao versus Danny Silva, and this was a scrap right here. Culibao starts the first round off with a quick double jab. Then Silva drops Culibao, jumps on for a guillotine. Culibao eventually gets out of the guillotine, but he gets hurt again by Danny, but eventually they get back in range. Silva lands a nice left uppercut. Culibao responds with a body kick. Culibao lands a nice left hand that wakes Silva up, kind of, widens his eyes a little bit. Culibao adds on to it with a jab. Culibao lands a right hook to the body, then a left hand upstairs barely misses Silva. Culibao still adds on to the pace with a double jab. Silva's starting to miss, bro. Culibao's footwork and his movement giving Silva real problems, and this is win in the first round that Culibao's recovered, bro. Culibao, after he got dropped, he's basically recovered right now. Then eventually at the end of the first, Silva changes position, fights for a takedown, ends round 1 with a takedown. So I gave Silva the first, he gets the first by dropping Culibao early round 1. Then he got 2 takedowns, a submission attempt. I get after Culibao recovered, he's starting to put the volume in, starting to put some nice, striking, some nice body kicks, attacking the body. And, his pace when he came back after getting dropped was pretty nice. But I think Silva, he got the first round of the first half of the bout, dropping Culibao and getting the 2 takedowns. So I gave Silva the first. Culibao starts round 2 off with a calf kick, adds on with a left hook. Silva responds with a jab. Culibao left hook to the body, adds on with a right hand. Silva responds with a jab. Culibao returns with a left. Culibao goes to change levels and backs away last second. Silva clinches, brings Culibao to a knee. But Culibao gets up in Silva's control. Culibao gets out of clinch, lands a jab on the break. Silva lands a right hand. Silva clinches up to get a takedown. Culibao quickly goes to the cage, quickly gets up, in Silva's control. They end round 2 in range. And I gave Culibao the round in round 2. He's going forward, landing his shots, landing more volume than Silva. Silva really is only landing like one at a time in round 2. But I gave Culibao the round. I know Culibao did get taken down, but I think the volume helped him out in the second round, especially, going towards the body and, going with the left hook to the body. And, we get Silva just landing a jab and Silva just landing just a jab. Landed one at a time while Culibao was throwing punches and bunches. So I gave Culibao the second round. So right now we're going into round 3. It's 1-1. Culibao gets the action started in round 3, landing a nice left hook. Silva clinches up. Silva backs away, then lands a hard 1-2, adds on with a right hand. Then Silva looks to change level, gets a takedown. But Culibao quickly gets back on his feet, back against the cage. Silva has clinch control, then he lands a nice breakaway elbow. Silva adds on with a left hook to the body. Culibao then tries to throw a left uppercut head kick. It was actually pretty cool. It was actually pretty wonky in real time, but I was kind of thinking about it. It was actually a cool strike, bro. He was southpaw and he throws a left uppercut and then tries to put a head kick behind it. I mean, it was pretty wonky. You have to be the right amount of flexibility to land it, but it was actually pretty sick, bro. But let's get back into the fight. Silva lands a calf kick that sits Culibao down. Silva clinches up. They break. Culibao shoots for a double leg of his own. Silva perfectly sprawls out of it, gets his own takedown. They end round 3 swinging. And dude, Silva was landing some decent shots in round 3. He was really marching forward. Culibao kind of more just swaying to his left. He would sway to his left and, he would go forward, land his combination, then, continue to sway left. But, I gave Silva round 3, the clinch positions and the takedown he got in round 3 got him the dub, bro. Real back and forth on the feet. If Culibao would have got one or two takedowns of his own in round 3, he probably would have got the nod. But Silva, this is MMA, bro. Silva adding 4 takedowns in this matchup with 5 minutes of control time, got him the decision win. So nice job by Silva, get a nice decision win over respected Josh Culibao. And dude, was a nice fucking fight, bro. Nice fucking fight. And I know Culibao, he did outstrike Silva. But Culibao, he had really nothing in his, power department that would scare Silva. Because Silva, he dropped Culibao in the start of round 1. He dropped him, bro. There was something to be, scared by Silva's counter boxing. But Culibao, he was just kind of just more pillow fist or, not much power in his fist. But he did still outland Silva. But if Culibao would have got 1 or 2 takedowns of his own, like I was saying, he probably would have got the nod. But Silva, adding 4 takedowns, 5 minutes control time, got him the dub. Nice win by Silva. Nice fucking win to start out your UFC career, UFC debut. And plus, in my prediction video, I was like, I'd like to see how Silva does on the ground with the ground game. And now, dude, we see it, bro. Silva, I'm happy to see what he can turn into in the UFC. Next bout, Jafel Filho versus Ode Osborne. And Filho gets a nice first round submission over Ode Osborne. He starts the round off throwing a nice body kick that lands on Ode Osborne. And then he gets the takedown with ease. Then he starts throwing some ground and pound shots. Filho's trying to take the back, but nice job by Ode to use the cage to help prevent Filho from taking his back. So Filho starts landing some nice ground and pound with his left hand. He then eventually does take the back of Ode Osborne. He tries to go for a rear naked choke. Then Ode eventually gets out of it. And then Ode Osborne does he switches positions where first he was face down looking at the canvas and Filho took his back. But Ode Osborne switches positions where now his back is against the canvas and now he's looking up at Filho. But Filho's still in ground control. Then eventually Filho tries to go for an arm triangle. Then he kind of gives up on that. He lets go, starts landing some more ground and pound shots. Then Ode Osborne gives up his back again. This time Filho does slip in the choke, the rear naked choke. He gets Ode Osborne to tap. And Filho, nice job. Nice first round submission over Jafel Filho, bro. He looked total dominant over Ode Osborne. He is a real submission specialist and nice jiu-jitsu. And Filho, bro, did exactly what I predicted, dude. I predicted him to get a submission over Ode Osborne. Ode Osborne has 3 submission losses, and, the ground game and the submissions are not Ode Osborne's, best place to be. He'll rather be on the feet or he'll rather be in guard and having the ground control. But this time, Jafel Filho gets a nice rear naked choke win over Ode Osborne. Nice fucking job, Jafel Filho. Nice job, bro. Next bout, WMMA scrap between Josiane Nunes versus Chelsea Chandler. And this was a solid scrap, bro. Chandler opens the first round, landing a left hand. Nunes responds with an overhand left of her own. Chandler clinches up. Nunes is back against the cage. Nunes eventually reverses positions until they break. Nunes lands a nice left hand to the body. Nunes lands a left again, makes Chandler clinch up. Eventually, Chandler does get a takedown. She's on top mount. Nunes does throw a submission from bottom, and it looks pretty tight, but Chandler does break the guard. She gets back up, lands a nice kick right when Nunes is getting up. Then Chandler lands a nice stiff 1-2 on Nunes. Nunes responds with the left, then lands a left to the body. They end round 1 at range. I gave the first round to Chandler. I believe she got the takedown. The takedown really helped her, and that stiff 1-2 she landed on Nunes, bro. That was a real fucking nice fucking shot by Chandler, and I gave her the first round. Round 2 starts. Nunes starts the round, landing a nice left hand that rocks Chandler. Like, she got rocked, too. Like, she got rocked, and then she bounced off the cage. If the cage wasn't there, she probably would have been dropped towards the canvas. But still, she gets rocked. She clinches up. Chandler then lands a knee to the body. Chandler eventually gets another takedown. Chandler on top mount. Eventually takes the back, but transitions back to top. Chandler, elbows on the ground. Lands some more elbows. Chandler eventually gets up to end round 2. And, dude, round 2 ends. I gave the second round to Chandler. Chandler got the takedown and the control time. Got round 2. Her nose is busted up, though. Her nose is gushing blood. Started round 3. Chandler opens round 3, landing a nice body kick, then adding a jab behind it. Nunes responds to that with a left hand that stuns Chandler. Chandler clinches up until they break. Both ladies right now are gassed in round 3. Chandler pushes Nunes up against the cage until they break again. Chandler lands a jab, but eats a hard left hand from Nunes. Chandler then lands a nice push kick to the face on Nunes. Nunes responds to that with a hard left hand, Superman punch. Then Chandler lands a jab of her own. Nunes ends round 3, landing a nice double left hand. But, little bit too late. She had a good volume and good pace in round 3, but a little bit too late. Chandler got the takedowns in rounds 1 and 2. She used more MMA, while Nunes was kind of just headhunting in rounds 2 and 3. Chandler using the takedowns to, get out of the danger on the feet from Nunes, because Nunes does have a powerful left hand. And Nunes was trying to land that one strike, that one left hand, just to put Chandler out. Props to Chandler. She had a nice chin in this one. But Nunes, she wasn't, adding or trying to disguise, the left hand. She wasn't adding, trying to throw a right hand first, like a 1-2. She was just throwing straight lefts, bro. Something must have been wrong with her right hand or her right arm, because that shit was just so weird. She was just throwing majority left hands, trying to throw the overhand left to put Chandler out. But props to Chandler for not getting KO'd, using the takedowns and using the grappling for your advantage. So nice job by Chandler to get a nice decision win over a dangerous Josiane Nunes. So nice job by Chelsea Chandler. Next bout, the feature prelim of the night, Nathan Levy versus Mike Davis. Mike Davis gets a nice second round submission over Nathan Levy. Off the bat in round 1, throws a right hand that just a straight that drops Nathan Levy. Easily takes the back, looks for a rear naked choke, but Levy does a nice job hand fighting with Davis. Davis then eventually starts looking for a neck crank. Levi's still fighting it, still surviving. Then all of a sudden, Nathan Levy boosts up, gets up, then gets his own takedown of his own. But Davis transitions to a leg submission. Levi surviving the leg submission by rolling around on the ground with him. The end round 1. Davis easily takes round 1. He dropped him early in round and had 3 minutes of control time, so easy round to score. Then we go to round 2, back on the ground. Davis gets an easy takedown. Davis starts looking for an arm triangle, eventually gets it. Let's fucking go. Nice job at Mike Davis. Nice job to come back. I believe it was a 2-year layoff to come back and submit a solid fighter in Nathan Levy. So nice job by Mike Davis. Real clean looking performance. Clean sweep over Nathan Levy, bro. Did he even get touched? Nice job by Mike Davis. Next bout, first fight on the main card, Gerald Meerschaert versus Brian Barberena. And Meerschaert with a nice submission win in the second round as well as Mike Davis. Started the first round. Gerald opens up the contest with a leg kick. Brian throws a leg kick of his own on the return. Gerald throws a nice feint jab, then hard left to the body that lands on Brian. Brian throws a leg kick that misses. Gerald goes in for a double leg takedown. He gets it. Brian fights to get up. Brian then lands a nice 1-2 on Gerald. Gerald responds with a jab. Gerald gets another double leg takedown again. Gerald working on the top. Gerald in side control, then eventually back in half guard. They eventually get back up. Bryan, throws some punches that misses to end round one. And Gerald, he gets round one, bro. He got two double legs quite easily. Nothing really on the feet from Bryan really concerning for Gerald Meerschaert. Because if you don't know Gerald, bro, Gerald does have a glass chin, so you'll need to watch out if anything flush gets landed. But Bryan in that round one, nothing really concerning for Gerald Meerschaert. Started round two, Gerald changes levels to start. Nice defense from Bryan to keep the fight standing. Gerald eventually shoots again, stuffed again by Bryan. The fight continues on the feet. Gerald eventually shoots again and actually gets the takedown. Gerald beating the body of Bryan on the ground. Gerald eventually transitions to take the back. Then Bryan all of a sudden thought it would be a good idea to stand up with Gerald on his back, carrying all that body weight. Then all of a sudden Bryan gets back down on one knee. Gerald eventually slips the rear naked choke. Bryan's trying to fight out of it until he gets out cold. Gerald Meerschaert gets a nice submission win in the second round, and it was vicious, bro. Real vicious. Like the last seconds, bro, of the fight, like you saw Bryan Barberena like trying to fight out of it. Like you see, like his eyes, he was conscious, and then right when like you look again, like he's legit out cold, closing his eyes, fucking sleeping. That submission was vicious, bro. Nice fucking job by Gerald Meerschaert to submit Bryan Barberena. Nice fucking good job. Good fucking win. And I believe it's his 28th submission in his career. Almost there to 30, bro. Congratulations. Almost there. Big milestone, bro. But yeah, nice win by Gerald Meerschaert. Get a nice submission win over Bryan Barberena, bro. Nice fucking job. Next bout, Pannie Kianzad versus Macy Chiasson. And Macy, another fucking submission on this card, bro. Listen, Pannie starts the contest out landing a nice jab. Macy rushes in, lands a nice combination and a knee to the body. Then Macy eventually gets a takedown. Pannie landed some nice right hands off her back. Pannie eventually fights out of the takedown to get back on the feet and clinch. Pannie in clinch control. Pannie eventually gets her own takedown. Then Macy scrambles up, takes the back of Pannie, eventually falling off the back. But they get back in clinch, and Macy gets a nice trip takedown to bring Pannie back down to the canvas. Macy eventually gets the back again, slips the rear naked choke, gets Pannie to tap. A nice fucking win by Macy Chiasson, bro. So many submissions on this card, bro. I fucks with it, bro. But nice win by Macy Chiasson. Listen, bro, her height is a real difference maker if she can continue to do this at bantamweight, bro. Nice fucking job by Macy Chiasson. She's 5'11". She's damn near 6 foot in WMMA. That's fucking mad. She could actually be a big force if she could actually add some like striking to her game plan. But nice win by Macy Chiasson, bro. Nice fucking job. And did you hear her post-fight post-fight interview with Bisping? She said after the Irene Aldana loss that she went to a dark place. And in my head, it's like, I get it, you lost, but it's like you're only 9-3 or now 10-3. Like you're not like 10-7, 10-5. Like, Jesus Christ, you still have a valuable future, but you don't need to be worried about going into dark places when you only have 3 professional defeats out of, like 15 bouts. So, Macy Chiasson, nothing to be worried about. Let's fucking go. Nice win over a Pannie Kianzad. Next bout, Christian Rodriguez versus Isaac Dulgarian. And this bout was crazy, bro. Fucking controversial decision at the end. But first round, Dulgarian gets the action started with a quick takedown. Dulgarian, elbows from top mount. Christian tries to sprawl away, but he gives up his back in the process. Dulgarian gets the back. Dulgarian tries to go for a transitions to a Peruvian necktie, but Christian escapes it. Dulgarian all over Christian. Christian scrambles to almost get on top, but Dulgarian scrambles back on top. Dulgarian ground a pound, goes for an arm triangle. He lets go, transitions to take the back, ending round one on the back of Christian. And Dulgarian, round one, bro. Round one ends. Dulgarian easily takes that round. Easily a 10-8. Christian Rodriguez wasn't really doing anything, just surviving, trying to get up. Dulgarian just, had control time, had 3 submission attempts. He was fucking destroying Christian Rodriguez with the elbows from top mount. So I gave Dulgarian the first round. Easy 10-8. Starter round 2. Christian throws a knee up the middle. Starter round 2. Dulgarian eats it. Still manages to take down Christian. Christian fights to the feet. Dulgarian gets another takedown. Christian up, but Dulgarian bringing him back down. This is when it starts turning into a grueling fight right here. Dulgarian, gets in clinch control. Dulgarian slams down C-Rod for another takedown, but suddenly they're back at range. C-Rod lands a nice jab. Then, Dulgarian shoots for a takedown. Nice defense from C-Rod to keep the fight on the feet. Dulgarian throws a right hand, then adds a left behind it, and clinches up. They end round 3 in clinch. Dulgarian more the same, taking down Christian multiple times in round 2. And, Christian, not much output in that, and not much output from Dulgarian, but at least Dulgarian's getting takedowns. So I gave Dulgarian the second round too as well. So right now it should be, a 10-8 first and a 10-9 second round. Started round 3. Christian starts to do some more output. Starts round 3 off of a nice left hand, puts a jab behind it. Christian stuffs a takedown from Dulgarian. Christian gets on top, ground and pounding. Christian on full mount. Christian more ground and pound. Dulgarian holding the glove of Christian Rodriguez. But, the ref, Chris Tayoni, is doing nothing about it, like a fucking NPC is. Like, in that bout, or in that situation, I should say, Christian Rodriguez was on top, looking for ground and pound, and his left hand was trapped by Isaac Dulgarian. Dulgarian just blamed out, holding the glove. Tayoni's looking straight at it and just saying, let go of the glove. Then just, he's not letting go of the glove. But suddenly, they get back up. Christian lands a nice calf kick. Christian right hand pushes Dulgarian's head back. Dulgarian tries to change level. Christian sprawls to top, starts doing some more ground and pound. Dulgarian up. They end round 3 in clinch. Round 3 was all Christian trying to go for the finish, ground and pounding all over Dulgarian. Dulgarian, not much output. So then this is when it gets interesting, bro. So round 3, I gave Christian a 10-8 round, all right? And if you add the numbers, right? First round on my scorecards, I gave Dulgarian 10-8 first round. Second round, I gave Dulgarian 10-9. And third round, I gave Christian the 10-8. If you add all the numbers together, Christian will end up having 27 and Dulgarian will end up having 28. And I don't see how Christian Dulgarian did not win this fight, bro. He should have won this bout. Like, Christian Rodriguez, you're giving him, like, the judges really gave him the second round. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. There was really much output in that fight, or in that round, by both fighters. At least Dulgarian was getting the takedowns. But, dude, C-Rod wasn't doing anything in round 2. And, dude, that was a fucking robbery. Dulgarian should have won. And, yeah, bro, C-Rod, he won a prayer. And, yeah, nice job by Christian to get his hand raised. But Dulgarian should have won that bout, bro. Judges screwed him. Fucking robbery, bro. Fuck the judges. Next bout, OSP versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. And this right here was a scrap, bro. Start of the first, OSP opens up the bout with a nice body kick. Kennedy returns with a front kick to the body. OSP returns to that with a calf kick. Kennedy ducks under an OSP left hand to crack him with a nice right hand. Kennedy follows that up to a jab with the body. Kennedy lands a nice left hook. OSP lands a front kick to the body of Kennedy. Kennedy returns with a jab. OSP then lands a nice jab, then adds it to another jab. Kennedy returns with a jab of his own. OSP lands a calf kick. Kennedy lands a nice right elbow. Kennedy 1-2. The end round 1. I gave the first round to Kennedy. I thought more volume with him, but both fighters so far are throwing one at a time. But I thought Kennedy, had more volume with the striking. Throwing the nice elbow, cracking OSP with the 1-2 and the front kick to the body. I gave Kennedy the first, bro. I gave him the first round. Kennedy starts the second round, landing a nice 1-2. OSP returns with a left straight. OSP jabs to the body, then returns a jab back upstairs. OSP then lands a front kick. Then OSP tries to land another kick. But Kennedy catches the kick, pushes OSP to the fence, lets go of the hands, lands a nice jab. Kennedy follows it up with a left straight. OSP returns with a right, returns with a front kick. OSP lands a 1-2, then follows it up with a left hook. Kennedy responds with a 1-2. OSP leg kick. The end round 2. I gave OSP the second round. OSP adding to his game with the kicks to the calf and the front kick. OSP's also throwing combinations, not just throwing one at a time. Kennedy, he did throw some nice 1-2s in that bout, but majority is just throwing one at a time. And OSP adding to his game, bro, attacking the body still and attacking the calves of Kennedy. So I gave OSP the round, more volume and more targeting with his striking, with his fighting. So I gave OSP the second round. Starter round 3. Kennedy lands a right to open round 3. OSP returns with an uppercut that drops Kennedy. Kennedy gets quickly up though. They're trading back on the feet. OSP lands a nice 1-1-2. OSP nice head movement, making Kennedy miss. OSP lands a nice jab to the body, then follows it up with a left hand upstairs. Kennedy, his jab is landing, but OSP, his left straight's landing as well. Kennedy then throws a nice knee to the body. Kennedy lands a nice right hook. Kennedy follows it up with a left right hook. OSP tries to close the distance, but stuff from Kennedy. OSP 1-2 to the body. Kennedy retaliates with a left. Kennedy, body kick. OSP, uppercut. Kennedy, knee to the body again. They end round 3 swinging. What a war, bro. That third round was a fucking war. OSP did drop Kennedy early round 3, but Kennedy did come back, started to throw back, but I gave OSP the third round. I thought, him going to the body in the head basically saved him, because you have Kennedy, he got dropped start of round 3. You saw him trying to, throw back, try to drop OSP back, and I feel like that kind of, uppered OSP's hand. It was tough. It was going to be a tough hill for Kennedy Nzechukwu to climb back up in the round 3, because, dude, he did get knocked on his ass with that uppercut. He did get up and he still returned the fight to the end of the bell. But, dude, I gave it to OSP. Him knocking down Kennedy basically got him the fight. If he wouldn't have dropped Kennedy, I could low-key see this maybe being a draw. But still, dude, OSP with that knockdown got him the win, got him the decision win. And nice job by OSP. I would like this to be his last bout in MMA, but he said he wants to continue. I don't know about that, bro. Would you like to end your MMA career like right now off a win over a respected Kennedy Nzechukwu, or do you want to end your MMA career getting knocked out like 2 times in a row, bro? Like, come on, OSP. This was a perfect opportunity to, drop the gloves, leave the gloves in the octagon, but no, he wants to continue. I get it, bro. But, dude, nice win by OSP. Nice fucking job. It's a nice decision win over a tough Kennedy Nzechukwu. Next bout, the co-main event. Bryan Battle versus Ange Loosa. And this shit was madness, bro. All right, let's get to the first round. First round starts. Loosa opens the first, landing a nice calf kick. Battle retaliates with a body kick. Loosa then shoots for a takedown. Nice defense from Battle to keep the fight in clinch until he gets a takedown. Loosa eventually gets back up with his back against the cage. Battle, he's in clinch control. Then Loosa reverses the positions, and then they separate. Loosa follows it up with a calf kick. Battle retaliates with a 1-2. Loosa lands a right hand, right back. Battle then lands a quick right of his own. Battle then lands a left to right head kick. Battle follows it up with a 1-2. They end round 1. Battle, good round 1. Real technical on the feet. Plus, he got a takedown early. His 1-2 is finding a home. And Loosa is still having trouble with the height and the length of Battle. He can't really find the chin flush, so it's going to be trouble for him. And then we start round 2. Starter round 2, Loosa opens up the cage and landing the jab. Then he goes to change levels. Then right when he changed levels, Battle accidentally eye pokes him. Not only did he eye poke him, there was actually a clash of heads as well by both fighters. But, they take the break for the eye poke. The doctor comes in. Loosa basically tells the doctor that he can't see. The doctor tells the ref that he's unable to continue. Ref waves it off. No contest. Buffer comes in to make it officially a no contest. Right after he makes it official, there's like a moment where they're kind of like sizing each other up, looking at each other. Then, Battle basically says, "You fucking pussy. You fucking quit in there. You looked for a way out. You used a no contest and the eye poke as a way out." And, Loosa got fucking pissed. Security came in, had to get held back. And Battle, bro, he's technically right. Like, right when he eye poked him, and then right when, they had that back and forth after the decision, Loosa's eyes looked perfectly wide-eyed, perfectly fine. It wasn't like they were closed shut. Like, they looked really fucking fine, perfectly fine. And I think Battle was right, bro. I think Loosa tried to look for a way out. He used the eye poke as a way out, because it was going to be a hard fight for him, bro. It was going to be a tough hill to climb versus a Bryan Battle. Bryan Battle has gotten a lot better. He's finally putting some of his tools together. And, dude, hopefully they run this shit back, because hopefully now will be a way better of a rematch. There's actually going to be some bad blood between both these dudes. But, dude, yeah, Battle is right. Ange Loosa looked for a way out. And, dude, I'm fucking disappointed I even picked on Loosa to win, bro. You're making me look bad on my predictions, Ange Loosa. What the fuck, bro? But Battle, nice fucking performance that first round. He was looking really good, and hopefully they'd run it back, and Battle gets a nice finish over Ange Loosa this time in the first round. Let's go, Bryan Battle. Next bout, the main event, Tai Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura, and Tybura ended up getting a nice submission win in the first round over Tai. And Tai, bro, started the first, bro, looking pretty promising. landing some nice low kicks early on. Tybura goes to clinch up. Tai Tuivasa lands a nice elbow that actually cuts open Tybura early on in the first. Then Tybura goes to retaliate, lands a left hand, then follows it up with another left, then goes for a double leg takedown. And Tai Tuivasa, nice takedown defense early on, but Tybura eventually does get the double leg, takes Ty's back, starts landing some nice ground and pound, continuing to land some nice hard ground and pound shots on Ty. Then Tybura goes to slips in the rear naked choke. He gets it. It looks tight. You see Ty fighting to stay conscious. Then eventually he goes out cold. Tybura, nice first round submission win over a Tai Tuivasa, bro. Nice fucking job by Tybura. Get the nice rear naked choke win. And Ty, bro, started nice. Cut Tybura early on with the elbow until Tybura, locked in his wrestling, got the double leg, landed some nice hard ground and pound shots until he transitions to take the rear naked choke. Nice fucking job by Tybura. And dude, I mean, solid card, bro. Solid card. A lot of submission wins. Just kind of crazy to see. But yeah, I fucked with this card, bro. Solid as shit. Next week, the next 2 weeks are going to be kind of shit. 2 WMMA headliners. I don't know what I'm going to do, bro. Like, shit. I'm obviously going to make prediction videos, but, I'm honestly not going to be excited to watch the main event for watching women's for 5 rounds. But, yeah, dude, last weekend, Tai Tuivasa, Marcin Tybura fight card, UFC fight night was a sick fight night, solid fight night. A lot of submission wins like I kind of predicted, but still, good solid day at the office. Actually, not really. I went 5-12 on my picks. Fucking F. That's a fucking F on my report card in this week. And yeah, I'll see the troops in the next one. Spooge Army, I salute the troops. Hoorah.